It's a very exciting day for me today because I've come back to Via Moto to pick the 800GS up. As you'd know, if you've been watching the channel, you'll know that I bought this 800GS almost 2 months ago now, but we haven't really used it that much because when I bought it needed some things doing to it, and rather than go back to there for various reasons, I brought it down here to my trusted dealer, and we've had it looked over and we've had some things done to it. Now, there are some other jobs that need doing to it. However, when we bought this bike, we were only going to keep it 3 months, but that might not happen. And the reason is because I've really fallen in love with this bike. Every time I get on it, it just makes me smile. That's personal. Might not be for you, but for me, it definitely does. So in this video, I'm going to take you around everything that's been done to it, and then fingers crossed, it's going to be running as it should. And also, Claire is going to like what we've done. So first thing then that we need to talk about is the top box, which we've had put on. And this is it. And I think it looks pretty good, actually. I'm a little bit worried about having it on because I didn't want to spoil the look of the bike. Now, you might notice that there's a little bit of mud on there, and that's because I've given it a little bit of a run out just to check things over and to make sure that everything's working all right. It's this time of year, isn't it? But this is why I bought this bike, as a winter hack, so I'm not scared of a bit of mud on this. But this is a Shad SH39. I think it looks pretty cool. It's got like this carbon finish on there, which matches this exhaust. And I did think about changing the exhaust because, as I mentioned before, it's quite loud, but I've grown to like it. And if it's not causing anybody else a problem, I'm going to try and keep it on. So we'll see when it comes to MOT time. As I said before, on the MOT, did say that there were an advisory for it. But to be fair, if I listen to Harleys and things like that, I think that they're probably louder than this, so I'm not that fussed over that. Back to the Shad. So I'm really excited about this because I miss not having a top box, because I can put things in it, security and things like that, cameras like I've got here, and I've also got my receipt from here. It's just trying to get used to how it actually works. Now, to take it off, you press that in and that'll release it from the plate, so I don't have to have it on all the time. So it's good for me, but the main reason we got it was for Claire, so that she can go on pillion, because she felt a little bit exposed. So I'm hoping that it's going to do the job, because she, as I said, she's not very keen on this bike up to now, but I think that's just because she thought she was going to come off the back. Now, it's like a psychological thing, I guess, but would I want to ride around on a bike without a top box on? Well, I won't want to ride pillion for a start. It's not for me. So I'm surprised that she does. We've got to do these things, haven't we, to try and make it work for her. So this is now what it looks like. I don't think it looks too bad at all. Kind of blends in nice. Like I say, it's easy to take off. So that's that. That's the top box. And I'm very happy about that. Moving on. You might notice a few people said that the front forks looked like they'd been lowered down, and we had a leak on the front seal. So what we've got now is we've got the seals changed. They were only about £3 or something like that, apparently. The part themselves are really cheap, but they've been changed, and we've had the fluid in the forks changed over as well. Now, it does feel like it's sat up more than what it were, but it's not massively different. However, one thing I would say is that I haven't really ridden it that much anyway, so I'm still getting used to it. I think I've probably not even done 1,000 miles on it yet. But you can see, I mean, Via Moto here, they've got some of the stock outside. Like, got an Africa Twin there. And I think now, like looking at their forks, I think we're about same, aren't we? Similar position. Yeah. So that's that. Let me get my job list so I can see what else we've had done. So one thing that I forgot to say is that I had to have a plate put on for this fitting plate, and apparently it were a little bit of a job because there's 4 bolts that needed to come out to get the plate on, and one of them had to be replaced because it won't come out, so it had to be drilled out. So I'll have a look at that. Let's see under here. Nice neat job. And then we've got one more thing that we've had done to it that I think looks fantastic actually. So I'm going to show you. Let's move around here. And it's this. Look at that. I've got a gold chain, gold effect chain on there now. We put a new sprocket on there and this chain, so get a close up. You can see there, you've got this Scott oiler that's on there. So we'll see, we can basically see how this Scott oiler is doing and if it's doing its job. Can't believe I've only just done it for a little run and it looks dirty already. I've got some mud under there as well. So we probably need to clean this at some point. So we can go and do that, get that cleaned and get the bike put away. That's basically all the jobs that I've had done. So when I had the inspection done, you might remember that we said that the discs and the pads at some point might need changing, but it's an expensive job, isn't it, to do all that. So I'm not going to do that until we find out what Claire thinks to it. So we're going to find out what Claire thinks to it in another video. But for now, I'm quite happy. So I'm going to give it a little spin and then just make sure everything's working okay. And then we'll take it from there. So we've got the 800GS back in business. I'm ready for some adventures.
Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete.
Well, I'm happy with that. It's slightly higher up now on the front, and you can tell. You can feel it, and definitely feel it actually now. And everything seems to be running, so I'm looking forward to some very exciting times on this. I am very aware of the exhaust at the minute. Good thing about this bike is everybody knows you come in. It's not really a stealth bike. Let me see if I can get an example of it before we finish. Where are we? I'll take this microphone off. See if I can stick it down here. Not the quietest. Anyway, nice quick short update. Hopefully this gets us back on the road with the GS, and hopefully Claire's going to like the alterations that I've made. So let's see what happens next time. Thanks for watching.